All right, so today it's day 2. So again, please make sure there's always 2 things that you can mark on your diagram or your picture, and that is your reflexive property, which in case you forgot, your reflexive property tells you that you are congruent to yourself. A is congruent to A, and then of course your vertical angles. So feel free to pause it right here so that you can mark and draw this picture into your notes. So these say, are these triangles congruent? Justify your answer. So if we look at this picture, there is one thing that we can mark, and that is this side segment right here. And that is your reflexive property. If I were to break up these triangles, I can say that something is congruent to itself. And they both share this side. So these triangles are congruent. If we look, we have an angle. We have the side length in orange and another angle. So this is angle, side, angle. And then you might want to write that you use your reflexive property. Okay, here's our next example. So feel free again to pause this so that you can write it. Here we are making a congruency statement. So if I look at this picture here, I see that the triangles share this side. So I'm going to mark that with 2 marks right here. Again, that's our reflexive property. Some other things that we were already given is this angle and this angle. And then we have this side and this side. So we have a side, angle, side. And that would be our included side, so that A should be in the middle and all of these should be capitalized. So if we look, I'm going to start with this bottom triangle with the angle that we're given, K, and then M over here, and then J is going to be congruent with, well, if we look at our picture, K is this angle and M is this angle. So it's going to be triangle M. Then this is where it can get confusing. So this is where those colors come in handy. I'm going to draw my green side here. If I look at this M on this triangle, there's no markings. So in this top triangle, that would be K, no markings. And then L just has a green with no side, and so does J. Our last examples right here. Again, go ahead and pause this. If we look, there's nothing else that we can add to our picture. Everything has been here. So I'm just going to kind of walk us through. I have angle A is congruent over here to angle D. If I change my colors, we have 2 arcs. So we have B is congruent with E. And then I'm going to highlight the side that we have that's marked congruent here in yellow. So we have an angle, and a side. And that side is not wedged in between, and that is a congruency. So we're going to write angle, side. Again, the S comes at the end, and we're going to make our congruency. So triangle A, B, C is congruent to triangle. If I look at our picture, A has 1 arc, so that's congruent to D. B has 2 arcs, so that's congruent to E. And then C has no arcs, but we see this yellow and no sides, so that is congruent here with F. And this is the end of your notes. Feel free to rewatch this as much as you need to. Make sure you all stay safe.